Well, good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning, and don't look at my work surface. I've been working with a lot of molds that came in, some beautiful molds. I did get a 3-piece mold in that's really super cute. Comes with a tray and, let me see, I have it sitting upstairs. But anyway, there was an issue with the one mold, and so I took the price down and I put it as a 2-piece mold, but I'm still sending all 3 pieces. I did get it to work by just placing it over this prescription bottle. This was our dog's nausea medicine after his surgery or something. Anyway, and it just fits perfect. So if you have one of these prescription bottles, it worked perfectly. What was happening is it was caving in on the center, and I did contact the company and they said that they hadn't heard that that was happening, but anyway, they didn't offer me any compensation or anything. So anyway, if you put it on one of these, it works out perfect, because this is the one that came out perfect. I did it 3 times. So the first time, this was the bad one. The second time, I just put a cap to one of the prescription bottles in there, and so it didn't go all the way up into the mold, and so just a little bit caved in down at the bottom, just a little bit. I don't know where I put that one. I probably threw it away. But anyway, so the third one, I put this prescription bottle in there, and it works perfect. So I don't know if you have one of these, or if they would even let you have one from the pharmacy, you know, an empty one. But it'd be worth asking. But anyway, they're super cute. This turns out really nice. I used Aqua Cast. There's no no air bubbles or nothing. And then this was the other one. I got some gold leaf on it, sorry. But yeah, this one didn't have any either. So they're good molds. So today, I had poured one of these before in black, and I put some blue shells at the bottom. Today I made a white one, and I'm gonna paint a little sandy area and the beach area, and then I'm gonna pour resin over it. So stay tuned. I do like to paint underneath the resin. I'm also probably gonna put some sand down here as well. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to use UV resin or if I'm going to use regular resin. And so I am using, where did I put that paint? Okay, so I am just using this kind of sandy color acrylic paint. And then this one, I don't know what I did with the bottle already, but it's just a turquoise or aqua color. And I'm going to put that next to my sandy area. I wasn't prepared to do a video this morning. And speaking of that, I know when I get on here to do videos, I'm just here to show off some of my products for the shop. My place is a mess because I have a shop, and I am constantly giving stuff away in people's boxes and stuff like that. And so I have endless open jars of glitters and pigments and stuff like that. So please don't criticize me. I mean, it's not that bad. I'm the one who has to deal with it. So anyway, because I keep getting told that YouTube has changed and it's not the same and I need to pick up the pace or whatever. I'm just showing off the products. So anyway, this is a really cute mold. And I'll probably put another coat of the aqua down after I do this other one. This one is, you know, I don't know, just some tube paint I had that was darker blue. I just thought it'd be fun to decorate the inside of this starfish mold. Like an ocean scene, you know? Or beach scene, however you want to say it. Trying to kind of blend this in a little bit. Yeah, that's one of the plastics you hear that the mold was in. Okay. So that's gonna have to dry. I can dry it with my heat gun in a little bit, but while it's somewhat self-drying, I'll get the pumpkin out. And I think I'll do the lid first. Set that right there. So I'm gonna brush on just the lid of the pumpkin, or on the handle, the stem of the pumpkin. Some of the adhesive that you put down before you put gold leaf on. And then I am gonna set this top there to just let it dry. And I will be back. I'm gonna let that dry and then come back and do some more on it. See ya. Okay, this is almost tacky enough that I could put the gold foil on yet, but I am going to draw a few lines coming off the pumpkin. I haven't used this stuff in a long time, so I have no idea if this is going to be any good or not, but I kind of wanted a raised foil, so I don't know if you can see that. Got a little twirly. Now I'm going to make some come down further too. And I am going to take a little bit of this off the edge because I don't want it, I just want it to the edge. There. And then I'm gonna continue it down the bottom part of the pumpkin. This is the PBO. I call it PBO. Some people call it Pebio. It's the geode mixin relief. You use it with gold foiling. And I have some sheets here. I'll probably need more than what they got there. This pumpkin mold is really nice. It's bigger than the ones that you've been seeing out there. It's about 5 inches. And I mean, look how big it is. My hands. So wipe. I might put some little smaller ones like that up the top. Maybe I'll put another long one over here. I might even dress up some crystals on the top. I don't know yet. I'm going to show you a little trick that I usually do with my paints and my glues and stuff. I put a little plastic. Usually it's saran wrap. Let me see if this is going to work. If it's not, I'll go get some saran wrap. It's going to be too thick. Let me go get some saran wrap. Okay, as an artist, I have lots and lots of paints, and most of them are expensive. These craft ones aren't, but I have golden paints, and they're expensive. And I don't know what that was. These Hebio Relief, they are not cheap. So I just put a piece of saran wrap on it, and then put the lid on it, snap it on. I do that with my paints too. Now with these little craft paints, I don't even take the seal out. I just take the top off. But sometimes I even put them on there. I have big bottles of black paint and big bottles of white paint that I always put saran wrap on. I also do that on my structure paste. It just keeps, you know, sometimes you can open up a structure paste, and if you don't do that, 6 months down the road, that could be dried out. So we're just going to leave this to dry and come back and do the foiling. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a heads up. I'm just going to use UV resin and see how that works with the starfish dish. And I am going to have to take it over to my other table to, because this table is not big enough to bring the UV light over. So I'm sorry, but that's the way it's gonna be. Sorry. In first place, I'm not even sure that adding this sand to the UV will work or not. We'll see. Hopefully it does. Okay, well that is in the UV light. I'm going to mix up some of the UV resin with the same paint colors I used. Won't take very much. So I used the same paint that I painted the bottom, but I'm just putting a little bit in there because I want it to be translucent. The color's going to show through anyway from down below. Could have just used inks, but I thought, why not use the same color I already used? So what are you guys all up to? It's hot. It's hot here in Iowa. How is it where you're at? This is kind of unusual that we have 90-degree weather in September. But that's what it is today, somewhere in the 90s. It was hot yesterday too, and I think tomorrow is going to be hot. And then it's supposed to cool down again. Okay, well, it cured. It's nice and hard. So now I'll start putting this color on. Let me see if I can do this a different way so you can see better. Alright, I'm going to have to put this in these little sections here. I think that looks good. Put a little bit more. Even though it's hot outside, I want to see if you can hear the baby cardinals up there eating. They chirp, chirp, chirp. Alright. I need a Q-tip. Hold on. I got a little on the side. Maybe that's where I painted it. Well, I can paint that white. See a little bit here that needs some. And see just a little spot down here. And one down here. I'm going to put a little back here. Doesn't really need it, but well, what do you think so far? All right, let me go cure this up, and then we'll come back and put, well, maybe I could put the white on now. Let me go make a little white. Put a couple waves in there. I completely forgot I was going to put a few of my baubles in here. So I'm just going to add a little more in there. These are little baubles. I chose to pick out mostly small pieces. There's about 3 or 4 different size glass beads in there, and they're iridescent. I don't know if you can see them in there. And now I'm going to see if I can add some of this white. I didn't want to get it near the beads though, because they don't really show up unless they're in clear. So if I have to, I'll come back and add some more. I'll put that right there. And I'm not gonna hit this with a heat gun like I would if it was on a canvas. I'm just gonna torch it. Because it's so little, you know. So I'm gonna show you another trick that you can do with alcohol. I'm gonna put a little one here too. And I don't know, I've never done it in UV resin, but I've done it in regular resin, so hopefully it will do the same thing. So I'll put a little alcohol in here. I got one of these little tiny little paint brushes, and if you just barely touch that, you might have too much on there. It will create some little bubbles. Should have got a toothpick. And you can move them around too. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Let me pull it up. Just put just a dab. I'm going to tilt it this way, so if it blossoms out a little bit, so you can't have too much on it. It kind of gives it a wispy effect. Put a little more white at the end here. And that one still had some alcohol on the brush, so it kind of bloomed out from that. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe I might stick a little one in here. think I might put one more up here. Why not? And come back here and get some alcohol. Too much. Just kind of moves that wave around. Okay, I don't want to overdo it, so I am going to put this under the curing, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So this one is done. I'm gonna have to do some touch-ups from when I was painting. I got a little of the sand color up here and right here, and I got some aqua in there, so and I guess I don't remember getting that on there, but anyway, I'm just gonna touch it up with a little bit of white, and then can you see the baubles in there? They're super cute. And then I'm gonna rim this with gold, and so I got a little more to do on that, but it's almost done. The pumpkin, I just checked, and the leaf adhesive is not dry yet. The one that was from PBO, however you pronounce it, and so a little longer on that, and then we'll finish that up. See ya. Okay, I'm back. Just want to show you, I touched this up and I painted the white on the inside, and then I put the gold pen around the edging. Then I got some of the gold pen on the outside of the starfish, so I had to touch that up too. So what do you think? It's cute, huh? It was pretty quick. These Aqua Cast molds, this one here probably sets up in about an hour. I did let it sit overnight before I sealed it, and then I sealed the whole thing, and then I did all that. But that part didn't take long at all. So that's it on that one, and the pumpkin's ready. So let's get started on that. I know it's still a mess on my table. I did clear some of it off. As soon as I get done with this, I'm gonna clean this mat off and everything. So I'm done with that. This I'm done with. These paints I'm done with. So all right. So I'm gonna do the stem first. And let me see, I'll use this brush. I've lost my fan brush, so I need to get another one, but that's the best brush to put gold foil on. Get in there. Now I'm just going to wrap it around, see what happens. I do like the fan brush best for putting gold leaf on. Oh, here, let's just put that piece there. piece out. A little tricky to get in these grooves here. Hey everybody, I just wanted to finish up this piece. It didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. I ended up taking all the side gold foiling off, and some of this was left on, you know, so it's just gonna have a little bit of a sparkly effect along the side. And I'm just gonna leave the top the way it is. What I should have done, okay, you always learn. I mean, we learn every day how we would do things differently. This is a brand new mold, and it's been a while since I did some gold foiling. What I should have done, because I painted on this stuff on the stem, and then I turned around and put the Pebeo down here, and also because I had a sealer on it already, what I should have done was started off and not even put any sealer on, and I should have went ahead and did this piece first, finished it, and then put this stuff on next. And I probably should have left it dry overnight. It went almost the whole day drying, but I think it needed a little more time to dry, or maybe just because of this, I don't know. But anyway, I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. I'm just gonna leave it like this. And then, so what I ended up doing, I made another lid, because when I did that, you know, I bought all these lights to put in it. So, I thought, well, it wasn't going to shine through it there anyway, and you'd have to have the lid off all the time for it to shine. So, I made a resin lid, and I just put some of the butterscotch octopus inks, because I thought it would match better than if I used orange. So I put green in the stem first, and then I put some gold foiling in the butterscotch, and it fits in there just perfect. And now you can see it shining through. Let me see, I'll turn this light off. So see, you can see it now. So it's actually cooler. So sometimes our mistakes are even better, you know. So that was that. And since I had some leftover resin, oh, and I used my new Resiners G3 Curator to make this. And when I did the green part, I had some leftover resin. And so I poured these 2 little turtles. And I used emerald on these for the stem and the turtles. Aren't those cute? Super cute. I like this one the best, I think. So that's the end of my video. So this pumpkin's done. I'll probably do another one, and I'll do it in the right process, you know, not putting the sealer on, and because I really wanted the raised effect when doing this lid. So I'll do it again, or maybe I'll just do the lid again, who knows. But the stem turned out really nice. So there you go. That's the end of the video now.